This is my first cell that I was in the Missouri State Penitentiary. Later, they moved me up the stairs. You can see the 2 bunks.
No, I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I'll be talking to prison here. Getting ready to do a tour of the Missouri State Penitentiary. And I'll show you my cell and other places. Even a housing unit that I've never even been in since when I was here as an inmate. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you. Okay, we're outside the walls of the Missouri State Penitentiary. This is the front of it. It's very old walls, and you can see some of it's kind of broken off and stuff. And there's some parts of it's down. But the Missouri State Penitentiary was first started being built in 1836, and they added on to it throughout the years. And till it got to be what it is now. And even some of it now is missing. It's not as big as the 47 acres that it used to be. They just left some parts of it out. And down towards the end there, I don't know if you can see, there's like a turnaround parking lot that used to be 5C, and they just built a turnaround in a parking area right there. But this is the outside of it. There's a tower there. They have these towers every so often, and some of them are down too, mainly where parts of the wall is down. And so just showing you a little bit of this, and it goes all the way around and down to the bottom. It's deeper on the inside than it is on the outside, so it may look like in some places that you can scale it, but you can't, because on the inside it's deeper. And plus you have all those gun towers, so you know it's gonna be hard. All right, everybody, behind me you see what used to be called F&G Hall. It's a pretty old building. By the time I got there, they was calling it 2 House. And this, one side was the hole, the other side was R&O when I was there. Behind those trailers, you see these little bushes. Guess where I got my ass beat the first time? It was stomping on another kid. Up here, there's handball courts, gym. I remember one time the handball went too close to the wall, and I went to get it. The guard in the tower told me not to step in closer. He would shoot. He was standing out there. He had an AR-15. No, he's like.
Oh, it's the tower over there.
It's missing now. But they had 3 weapons up there. They had a pistol, they had a shotgun, and they had an AR-15 in each of the towers when I was there. But this is what they call the upper yard. Lower yard's down there. And anyway, over there is where they put me on this side in R&O until they found out where they was going to put me. They put me in 3 House. Okay. This is where the tower was at that I was talking about, that the guard told me not to get the handball. And you can see the ruins of some of the walls and where the tower was at. Down there past some trees at the very end there, you go downhill in this lower yard. They have a softball field and everything down there. But this was all like the upper yard. They had tables and stuff out there. Things, you know, people would sit and they gamble and play cards. And this was the actual dress room. See what's a closed area as the visiting room.
Nasty bathroom.
What's this? two inmates came in. They came in through another room and then came out through here.
No, I'm just trying to keep you inside.
Oh,
Is you gonna say anything?
no. This is just like where they came in, new people came in, came out through here, that there was a dress out room. I don't even know why this was here. I don't know what this was for.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was like clothes and stuff. They was down there by the control center where I was, the guy came in, I was trying to go with his he medical. This hallway, these are all medical, these doors here, different sections of medical. And I've been there more than once.
These are golfers.
Miniature golf. They didn't have that when I was here. We didn't wear straps.
Another part.
What to say here? All this is medical.
Do you have any medical stories?
Which one? Time I got.
Can you talk about the medical?
This is where they took everybody, unless they was really seriously injured. I mean, they had to be seriously injured. Take them out to a regular hospital, but otherwise, they had a pretty good hospital here, better than most of the modern prisons. But medical was down through there. Keep going that way, you turn, you end up in the 5 house, which was the whole and PC. And so I don't really know how it looks like. The child hall's down that way too. But,
Can I talk about how dangerous this tunnel was?
it was very dangerous. When you went around a corner, this corner down here, you did not cut sharp on the corner. You had to go out wide. Because a lot of times there would be somebody waiting there, waiting to get somebody. And he may get you on accident just because he's nervous and he's waiting for you, you know. Or he might be somebody waiting to get you. But there was no cameras in any of these tunnels, outside these buildings. There was all kinds of blind spots. And so it's very dangerous. It's one of the reasons why it's infamous for it. I mean, there's so many places that somebody could be hemmed up, stabbed. I've seen fights take place that guards never knew who done it. Stabbings taking place that guards never knew who done it. It's just a very bad place. And it's the worst one I've been in. I've been in several prisons. This was the worst one.
Okay, that's 4 house you see right there, or A hall. And back in the background there, that red building, that's 5 house, or J and K hall. Right here in the grassy area where these trees are at, that used to be a chapel, church. And right down here you can see where the chow hall thing was. Past that bit, well, you can't now. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. That's H hall, or 1 house that you're looking at now. Up there. Had like 90 some cells in it, I think. That's 5 house there. See, got a closer look at it. And that's the cages. Dog runs for people in the hole. It look like little kennels, don't they? This, we're in 4 house now, also called A hall. And Mindy's showing different cells and the thing there. They made these doors bigger. I think later we're going to show you a smaller door that there was the original doors. This is what the inside of one kind of looks like. See, they had their own windows in their excuse me, in their cell. Look at that sink. This kind of sinks they had. The toilets weren't much better on some of them. They're just like pipes that come up and flared out. There's Lily. There's the phones where they can make phone calls. The ones I remember were silver looking. And these chairs here was for tourists. You see, like 4 walks high. This is Sonny Liston, a boxer that fought Muhammad Ali. This was his cell. He got a pardon because he could box good, and then he came back to do exhibition fighting. This is one of the small, see the small door? I'm just kind of showing you how small they were. That was the original doors. A different type of window there. The lights look newer. I'm asking Mindy, are you coming or not? Down here is, there's a hole in the floor and stairs going down. It goes to showers that they put down in there. And then they got dungeons on the other side of the showers. And they're going to put us in them here in a minute and turn the lights out so you can see how dark it is. But these are different cells. Yeah, here's the stairs. There's a barber chair. These showers were built in there later. They originally wasn't there. And they lowered people going to the hole with a basket, them and a guard. And later they built stairs. I would hate to been in this housing. I've never been in this housing unit except as a tourist. There's a fan there. That's the top they sold in the canteen. But just imagine taking a shower down here, man, and no guards and nothing can see you. This would be a bad place to take a shower. You might have to be careful about dropping the soap here. But they're going to show us the dungeons here in a minute. Yeah, the showers. This is the dungeons. That's Farberg Johnson, who spent 18 years down here in these dungeons. This is the first time I've ever seen these. So they're going to have us turn off all our phone lights, and they're going to turn out the lights here in a minute on us. They go all the way around these dungeons, though. They're on each side. And Mindy's looking at the rest of us going in. That's the tour guide right there. Putting her in a cell. She wanted a single man cell like I did. Now she's getting ready to go turn the lights out. And this is what it's like to be in a dungeon. Down there, no light, nothing. Knocking over the can that you had to use as a bathroom. Well, they haven't turned the lights out yet, but they will in a second. It reminds me of when I was in Three House in the basement, except there was more light in Three House.
Whorehouse, also known as A-Hall. This is one of the cells. This is one of 2 housing units I've never been in when I was at MSP. When I was here, it was the honor house. And so this, as you can see, they had better beds than we had. Some of them even had springs. But they had a window to their own cell, which the other housing units don't. They got prison mattresses. The people was telling me again they had regular mattresses, like real nice mattresses. This is one of the foot lockers. We had the same kind. This is what you put your clothes and stuff in. This is the guy's number right there. From his number, I would tell you, he came in about 1990, 1991. Somewhere in there. This is a toilet. This is the kind of modern toilet compared to what some of the ones they got in here. And the sink. This is they got plug-ins over here. And they got up here. This goes off if they start a fire in their cell. If their cell's on fire, it goes off and sprays them everywhere. I've seen those go off before in the hall. Not here, but in other prisons. But that's what they is. It's like sprays water. The shelf. Shelves, this is where they put some of their stuff. It might be books, it might be paperwork. There's one on each side. One for each inmate. I'm sorry, prisoner. And that's another thing. The tour guide told us they're going to go from calling them offenders to calling them residents. You know, I didn't like the word offender. And when I first came in, nobody liked the word inmate either. And now they're going to start calling them residents. I'm not sure if that's, I don't know how I feel about that. But this is one of the cells of Whorehouse. Hopefully we'll get to show you some more cells of other places.
Okay, there's this 3 house here. This is where I was housed. The far end was where I was housed down, at the other end of the first cell. But that's 2 house in the background there, that red building. Canteen used to be somewhere in here too. I can't remember exactly where. That square area down there, that used to be the school. They took it down because it was too modern. It didn't fit in with the oldness of the prison when they're doing these tours. Like I said, the church was out here on this grassy area, right in here. But you used to go in right down here, right in the middle, where them 2 towers are at. But we're going to go up them steps right here by the car here in a minute. But that housing unit in the summertime, you'd sweat without even doing anything, just sitting in your cell, you'd sweat. And in the summertime, if you lived on the bottom walk, the toilet would freeze over, have a thin layer of ice on it. Here we're in the cells here. This is how some of the cells look. You can almost stretch your arms out and touch each side. And that's the windows. See, they didn't have, the cells were back to back. You can walk all the way around and the cells are back to back.
Oh, I see it. Wow. That's crazy. This is my first cell that I was in the Missouri State Penitentiary. Later they moved me up the stairs. You can see the 2 bunks. You can see the shelves we had, and the toilet, and light up there. You just pull the string and let the light. And all of them are pretty much the same. Some of the toilets were different. Some of them were older. Like this is basically like pipes that flared out. But we was lucky we didn't have that when I was in here. I think there was a shelf on the wall here too, a small shelf for our TVs. Just like a little metal shelf. But it's still the same color. Wow.
2 sheets together. Coming off. That was a little bad. You know, he told on somebody for stealing his canteen, and he tied 2 sheets together and tied one to the top rail. He was coming back from chow. It just freaked me out. Wow. These were housing units, cells that they dug up between 3 house and 2 house. They didn't even know was there. They're real small. You have to lean down to get in them. And nobody's allowed to go into them that I know of. They didn't let us, you know. But they was just found recently, and I heard that they found the remains in one of them, but I don't know if that's for sure or not. But this used to be where they had cages for people with capital punishment to go out and walk in the cage, their little yard. But they never knew they was walking over cells. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And that's all I got for now. Thank you. At the end, there'll be a little video clip about my book if you guys are interested in seeing that or ordering the book.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but